Hyperthyroidism sounds like a class in college that I would have gone to the first class for and then saw the teacher write on the board and be like, oh, I'm not taking this class anymore. What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, JC Mendoza. With me, as always, is board-certified dermatologist and specialist in hair loss, Dr. Knox Beasley. This is Uncomfortable Questions. Dr. Knox, how you doing today?
Doing great, JC. How about you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm learning a lot of stuff. I'm reading a lot of stuff on these cards for the first time. What I'm reading now is about thyroid-related hair loss, which is news to me because I thought thyroids were only associated with like weight fluctuation. And I only know that because that's my favorite lie to tell after somebody hasn't seen me for a while and I picked up a couple pounds and I don't want to tell them that I just haven't been to the gym and I've been a little lazy. I'm just like, oh man, you know them thyroids. You know my thyroid. You know how my thyroids are, you know? So do thyroids, first question, let's start at the base. What are thyroids?
Yeah, so thyroids is the glands in your neck and it controls a ton of different bodily functions. And like everything is interconnected, and it can definitely affect your hair as well. So when we have the thyroid, it controls a lot of really important bodily functions. And so when it's either we have what's called hypothyroidism, which is when it's underactive, or hyperthyroidism, which is an overactive thyroid. Both of those can cause hair loss.
Okay, Doc, I don't know if maybe you were talking fast or more likely I was listening slow, but I think you were talking, and I think I heard you say hyperthyroidism, and then another time I think I heard you say hypothyroidism. Is there a difference between, is that the same word pronounced differently, or are those two different things?
So there's sort of opposite ends of the spectrum. So when we have your thyroid, you have what's called hypothyroidism, where it's underactive, and then you have hyperthyroidism, where it's overactive, and they'll cause different symptoms as well. So hypothyroidism, you may have weight gain, you're going to be cold, dry skin, still cause hair loss. And when that type of hair loss is going to be more of a dry hair, brittle hair, a coarser hair is what you're going to see. Whereas hyperthyroidism, when it's overactive, you're going to be more, it's going to be you're warm, you're still losing hair, maybe losing weight. And that type of hair loss, still all over type hair loss. Both of these, all over type hair loss. So the hair loss itself looks the same from a distance, but that hair may be a little bit of a finer hair that you're going to see in hyperthyroidism.
Understood. So different between hypo and hyper, different kinds of hair loss, but the same effect of ultimate hair loss. That's an important distinction, and I'm glad that we made it here. How does thyroid dysfunction how can that lead to any type of hair loss?
So what it basically does, it's disrupting that that growth cycle that we have just by doing, it's like dysregulation is what's happening.
Okay, cool. And are there any specific symptoms that you would experience that are specific to like thyroid related hair loss as opposed to any other type of hair loss?
Sure. So as opposed to like the male pattern hair loss, again, on the crown, frontal hairline, when it's thyroid related, it's going to be an all over type hair loss. So the sides are going to be involved, the top and the front, it's all going to be involved. Both hypo or hyper are both going to cause hair loss.
Okay, got you. And how would you know if the hair loss is there any specific tests you can take or a way to check to see what, like if the hair loss that you're experiencing, if it is thyroid related?
So definitely. So what you want to do is you're going to see your primary care provider, and they're probably going to be able to do a quick blood test and tell you how your thyroid's doing, and that'll tell you whether it's low or high, and that'll be the best way to do it.
Understood. So let's say I go to my doctor, I get my blood work done, and I learn that the hair loss I'm experiencing is related to thyroids. How would I treat that?
So it's really treat the underlying cause. So if you're hypothyroidism or hyper, you're going to treat either of those conditions, and fortunately the hair is going to start to come back. Now, it may not be 100% what you had before, but there are things that we can do to treat that if we need to kind of get it over that last little bit and try and get you back to as much as we can get, whether that's a minoxidil, things you may hear about like finasteride, that's more of a male pattern type hair loss. And sometimes we have overlap, just because it's not all mutually exclusive. Like you can have a little bit of male pattern and your thyroid can contribute as well. So when we look at that as a dermatologist, we will look and see if, maybe you do have a little bit of male pattern as well. And so maybe we would use that. But for thyroid specifically, I wouldn't use a male pattern hair loss treatment. But minoxidil can definitely help.
So we learned about treatments, we learned about different symptoms, and we learned a lot here today. And the most important thing that I feel like it's always good to walk away with is go talk to your doctor, talk to your primary care physician, a dermatologist. They might not be as good as Dr. Knox, but you can get close. He's board certified. You can find somebody board certified, but this is my guy. Find somebody like that. And if you can't, just come right back here. More uncomfortable questions with myself and Dr. Knox.